Well, hello there, humans of his earthlings, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, if you're lucky enough indeed to be doing it too. Welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to make you a better PUBG mobile player. Well, at least I hope so. I'm going to try anyway. I'm going to show you a few little tips and tricks, and mainly it's going to be centered around positioning. One of the things you're going to see here is I'm pushing for a flare drop. You can see obviously about southeast, there's a flare, and I'm going to stop the car well away from the deadly yellow smoke. Now, there's a couple of things that are going on here, and the way I approach something like a flare drop or an airdrop is that I just take for granted that there is already at least one person there, probably one person looting, one person overlooking. And that way you're never really going in cold. You're always expecting to get some of this action going on. That's why I stopped the car so far away on the downslope of a hill, so I can move up to a ridgeline and have some kind of cover. I'm a little bit worried about the big cliff on the left-hand side of the screen. The main reason being that smoke is going to attract a lot of people. Early days still, there's still 40-odd people left in the game, and I'm going to get very lucky here. I do move in very well though, so he doesn't hear the car because I stopped so far away, and I'm coming in from below the ridgeline, so he's expecting to get away with it, and voila, I get the kill. I'm not going to go straight to that crate. Now, I'm expecting there always to be someone else overlooking, so I'm not going straight to the crate. What I'm going to do is check the flare drop first, just in case he left like a level 3 helmet there, so I can go to the crate with a level 3 helmet so I don't get wrecked. And then I'm going to go down below the ridgeline because I'm such a pessimist. I'm firmly of the belief that if it was me, I'd be waiting ages for a chance to clear people at this crate. A crate is a fantastic place to farm kills, and lo and behold, that guy goes off early. He's up top. He should have waited me to go out and loot that crate, that box, and I get a hit. Now, when I get that hit in, and he pulls back to get a med, I don't muck around, I move. Now, repositioning is absolutely clutch. This guy is now sitting there on top of a rock as the circle is compressed in, and he's been third person peeking that crate area there, waiting for me to show. Only I'm never showing because I've already moved 150 meters further away so I can get a good angle on him. And then, of course, we go down and we loot the crate, we get the AWM, and it takes a long time. And there's been 20 people killed in the time that it's taken me to clear 2 people and get the AWM. But if you're going to do these things, you've got to do them right. And positioning is absolutely key on this. Knowing where to go, why you're going there, and how you're going to do it makes life a lot easier. Now, we're going to cut towards the end of the gameplay here because this is, again, a great spot. I've gone center zone. And you can get away with this on Miramar especially because you can see for so far in Miramar if you go to the right position. Now, I like saddles, natural dips at the top of hills, because it allows you to kind of sit in a trench that you can third person peek around and get a lot of looks from. And you're going to see a very interesting little passage of play here where someone is going to run down, and that's just me checking render range. Like if I can get a render range inside 300 meters, then I'm certain I'm going to see someone if they're in that render range. You're going to see someone rolling down the hill there in just a second in their go-kart, their little buggy, going towards that crate. And again, this is what I talk about with crates, especially with crates. I'm talking about the ability to farm kills at crates with patience. There's always going to be people looking, and there's the bloke, he's rolling down the hill, his car's rolling, he gets out pretty timely. I hit him there once, here's the kill shot, it's going to bounce off his pan. Like, lucky boy, lucky boy, lucky boy. And while that's going on, I know that it's very unlikely that there's no one else around here. Late game, 8 people left alive. There's only 2 of us spotted, 6 others unaccounted for. I'm thinking that he's got to be around somewhere. That was the most optimistic grenade in the history of optimistic grenades, right? There was no way that was going in. Now, I look to see where his car is. Do you see how I ignore him there? I'm not looking for the target. I just wait for movement, and then as soon as I see that movement, give it a split second so he can get back in the car, and then we hit the button. So we already knew where he had to go. He was going to go to his vehicle. We didn't have to try and track the target next to the crate. And because of the position I'm in on this ridgeline, even when that guy started doing his full spray M4 on me, we were very comfortable. We were behind this ridge. We've got lots of space. And rather than just focus on that dude who was looking at me there, I'm going to look around, and I do make an error here. I'll show you in just a second, but I'm going to keep an eyeball on the entire position. I see someone in the sec off to the, I think it's the north. And there's the bloke up there. We're going to get him, but we're not, again, we're waiting for a perfect shot, hopefully a headshot. It's not going to arise. We get a body shot, and we need another body shot, just miss it. His head is popping just there, but it's actually below the hill. It's just that render thing. And then as soon as we hit that, we're looking around, because when you fire an orm, it alerts the world that you are there, okay? So this bloke knows where I am. It's a mistake shooting at him. It gives him the absolute idea that I am actually tracking him as a target, but he knew I was here anyway, so he would have been aware coming up. Still, I think that was a shot that I shouldn't have taken. It would have been great if it had come off, but it was a very, very low likelihood shot. And then we just wait for we hear the footsteps, because we've got a grazer, and we want to maximize that close range damage. And that is indeed exactly what we did, and we're going to rock him. Now, the next movement is going to be an interesting one. Positioning wise, there's no real saddles to work with. I love working the top of a hill with a third-person peak, overlooking everyone. That's great. So what you do if you can't get that position, well, then I like to work up the hill. There's a thing that I say a lot in these videos: own one space. And if you're at the bottom of the hill looking up, you own everything behind you, right? There's no one behind you. And if you're above on the hill, it can be okay if you've got ridges and things to work, but if you don't have ridges to work, you're going to be very, very open. And there's our mate who's forgotten about us because we stopped shooting at him, and lo and behold, he gives me a headshot with an orm, and it's nice to take that. So I'm not going to take the car anymore. I don't need it, and I don't really want to draw any more attention to myself than is necessary. And what I'm actually going to do here, I check the renders again, I think, is go all the way down to the base of this zone. I'm not actually going to run across that road. Like we talked about before, if I go down here, I can then work back up. And I don't have to worry about what's behind me. If I just only have to worry about what's in front of me, I'm confident that I can take 1v1s. You might ask yourself, why am I playing third-person solos? Unfortunately, I've just got tired of playing solo versus squads. Like, you can beat 3 guys, really good players, and you're still going to get drummed by the 4th. And it's just like boring after a while to keep getting smashed by full squads on comms with better ping than me. Like, I'm winning games doing that, and I still play it for fun, but there's queues now towards the end of the season in FPP, and really the only place I'm not getting queues is TPP. So, I'd rather play FPP, but there's no queues in TPP, so this is where we're at for content. Life's really busy at the moment. I don't have time to queue. Here we go. And as I talked about here, we're crossing low, right? We're crossing low. And then we're going to work our way along this cliff face to the very southern edge of the map, and then own the circle from there. And what's going to happen is there is actually someone down below me here at the garage, and he's going to move up just behind me here as the circle pushes. And I hear him. And so I move up to a position where I can get an overlook without being exposed. I've got that ridge line, and then I potato the shot. Hey, he went down a little bit on the edge, miss a headshot, only get a body shot, and we've just got to start working all over again. Still have 3 other people left. But this is what I mean, you're working up the hill. So you've got cover, you've got a good overlook, and you can move from circle to circle pretty confidently. I'm moving around a lot, not really staying stationary just in case. Lo and behold, someone does find me. There he is again. He tried to get an angle, but just showed that head. Only need a split second with the orm, and there's 2 left. There's a smoke down here on my right that I think that guy threw in. I think he must have just surmised that I'd pushed all the way up through to the circle. So I'm going to throw 2 more smokes. This means, again, I'm owning the space I'm in. I'm moving into the circle, but it's very, very hard for anyone above me to get a good, clean look at me. And the other thing is, if you're looking up the hill like that and there's no ridge lines and there's only vegetation, you've got to be pretty certain that once I clear this guy, that the last guy is snaking in one of the bushes. The grazer doing grazer things, like, forget about your ping, like, that's going to do it. And that's why I'm pretty sure he's in one of these bushes. There's not a lot of cover up there to cover him from the ridge or from me. And there he is, dead ahead of me in the trees. We're going to get the clear. And that's positional play. And that's how you run these final circles and these final moments of the game, looking for really good bits of terrain. Saddles at the top of the hills, or working from the base of the hill on up, using that cliff as a channel so that the only place I could be flanked was from either side. So all I had to do was, only place I could be flanked, sorry, was from down the bottom right. That's how you do it. Look after yourselves. I'm Bushka. Remember to like and subscribe. And as always, stay safe on the battlefield. Bye for now.